I'm on everything, creatine, sangria, warrior. They tried taking me out. They tried not investing in me. They tried saying my shit don't work, but we're still fucking here. I want to talk about working out, but they're chubby as fuck, and then their clients listen to them. I never understood that. They ain't fucking here no more.
Episode 10, Season 2. This is a special episode. First and foremost, it is our 5-year anniversary of the KHANGO Way. December 1, 2020 was the launch of an evolution that took us somewhere I didn't even think we'd be right now. So I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge that. That is what basically the episode is going to be today, because your boy did 2 miles of weighted lunges. Yes, I said 2 miles of motherfucking weighted lunges. I said I wasn't going to curse today, but I'm going to fucking curse today because I had a flashback of memory lane and everything I was just focused on to get fucking uncomfortable as hell into this next phase of our life. I always say nobody cares. Again, nobody cares. But to me, I wanted to be like, you know what, 5 years on to the next, about to go on and build the next gym, all this process. And I had all these pictures and all these videos and all these motherfucking receipts out there that when they want to come and question things, I got them. But we're here, 5 years of the KHANGO Way. I said I wasn't going to do a toast, but I'm going to do a toast anyways. We're sticking with the Siete by Satad. You know, we're going to keep the thing. You guys should see Aaron right now. You look awkward and uncomfortable and scared as fuck. Big shout out to all of our sponsors before we get going. Legends. Damn, this one isn't a Legends, but this hoodie is fire. I think they're all almost sold out. Legends, Diane Ginsburg, the ultimate biohacking of age, the real biohacking, putting in real work, working at the KHANGO Way, helping every client that they can, and literally changing people's guts and hearts and minds. Sebastian Plumbing coming in the clutch. You're killing West U, I see. He's taking over West U, I believe. Regal Pools, you know the drill. We're going to get you back on the show. And Thebe Warren actually making a kind of appearance today. It's not Thebe, but she's going to give us some Q&As that I have in real time, have not heard yet. And then you probably got some Q&As. Anyways, 2 miles weighted lunges, 5-year anniversary with the podcast now, with the supplements, with the clothes, engaged, about to get married, about to get another dog. Let's ride. Also, Aaron, this thing's still low. So let's just go and hit up the Q&As off rip. Yep. I'll be pissed if this doesn't work. And then remind me to circle back. You'll kind of lead the show, Aaron, on getting back to the 2 mile weighted lunges and being open for 5 years. Yeah. And maybe thoughts in your mind right now, too. Maybe you have some questions for me about the 5-year process.
Yeah. Yep. So, absolutely.
Let's ride.
So we'll keep it with the gym since we're 5-year anniversary. These are from Thebe Warren. We'll go right off the bat.
Compass Realty. Here we go.
Yep. So this is actually a great question from her because I think you've kind of hit on it a couple times, but not
also,
like.
Shout out to Benjamin Blue. We're back.
Ooh, yeah. Do you accept anyone for private training or the gym? So not just you. And then what is your guys' screening process for private sessions?
So the first question I believe is correct. You're asking if we do private sessions?
Yep.
Yes, we do private sessions. So now this is actually a great subject to talk about how I was talking about how I had some ownership experiences this weekend. Growing pains is a good thing. Having problems that are good problems and bad problems are a good thing. The gym has grown so much, and my goal is to help. Like even with you, Aaron, I want to help you. I want to help Noah. I want to help Malik. I want to help Luke. I want to help, just say I helped Halima, Bacha, everybody to like get their feet under them to where they can get rolling. But with growth, things happen so fast, and then you forget to realize what's going to happen, and you forget all the P's and Q's and what's going on. Long story short, I realized that Malik's a different trainer, Christian's a different trainer, and I don't even know, their prices. But to me, in my head, they're KHANGO. So if I'm not available or if somebody's not available, I always refer them, but I don't even know their prices. And it never occurred to me that their price is different than my price. I was just looking at an umbrella of KHANGO. I'm like, dude, that's fucking business 101. Make a mistake. And I'm like, fuck. So that kind of happened to me this weekend. And I'm like, damn, that's so shitty. And that's nothing that I would ever do or would want to happen. And it's like, okay, I got to get my shit in line. I got to be available, and I got to make sure that I know everybody's prices. And if somebody's filling in for me, I'm making sure to take care of it appropriately. So boom, made a mistake in a good way. You know, when things are growing and your ultimate motive is to help people. Come on now, get up on there. Yeah, you're almost there. Come on. Yeah, you got a ball by dose. Make the turn. All right, he's awkward on the camera. He doesn't like to be looked at right now. And turn. But yeah, so growing pains are good. Me as a leader, as an entrepreneur, I wasn't thinking in those lines. My whole thought process was being able to take care of clients and having people fill in when I'm not available. And I forget that they've grown and they've evolved, and Malik's kicking ass, Christian's kicking ass, Luke's doing great things. So I fucked up. And it happens. I'm showing you I'm human. I'm showing you my chink in my armor. I had real hard on me yesterday. You can ask Priscilla. And even some other things yesterday. I was real hard on myself because I had to have tough conversations. And, the whole, did I do all the right thing? And at the end of the day, you have to freaking believe in what you believe in, stand for what's right for your business, and hope that others will see that and know your true intentions and heart when you do things. That was okay. That was private training. Yes, we do. And I brought up that idea. And then the second one was screening, right?
Yeah. Is there like a screening process, and then kind of like a follow up to that? Who are the best type of people that you like to have for private training sessions?
Honestly, the screening process, it's a great question, Thebe. Kind of a yes and no. What we have done is, with the internship, remind me on that note too. We need to talk about the internship. I got to make a video. We got to talk about the standard as a standard. You got me fucked up. As far as the screening process, there really isn't one. Jen usually handles the phone call or the first meet and greet. She'll ask age and questions, and then with all those type of things, she'll come to me or the staff and basically ask, hey, guys, majority of the time I'm taking the privates, but my schedule's gotten so busy that I don't have time more clients. So that's why I'm putting people around, and Taj is taking more people and whatnot, and Halima and all these people. So majority is like I would take them, but since I'm busy, she'll tell who the client is, the guy, female, what their goals are, what they can do, what they can't do, if they're novice, super novice, and then it'll kind of be a free for all in the sense of that group text when we talk about who it is, in the sense who feels comfortable taking the individual, whose personality kind of aligns, and also who's actually available. It's like I said, these are great problems to have. Like I'm so happy that I'm almost getting to the point to where Halima can have more, like handful more privates, Bacha, Cole, Taj. Like it's just, this is kind of what I was wanting. So then the next people can come up, take care of their kind of roles. And that's kind of how you grow and evolve. And then when they come in, it's just great interactions, social, looking them in the eye, giving them great service, welcoming, give them a towel, a clean towel, post stretch. So that's kind of the screening process. And it's easier now because everything's referral based of a friend of a friend of a friend that knows somebody. Like Thebe, you knew somebody to bring them in, and it was just a simple in. So, and that goes with time and the culture we built of being open 5 years.
Perfect. And actually, no, this is perfect that you brought up interns. She did have a question about interns. How do you guys pick your interns? What qualities are you looking for? And how do you know personalities, or how do you know their personalities will add value to KHANGO?
Okay.
That's a great question.
Thebe, I hope you're listening. As an owner, again, taking you into my mind when I see the game happening at 5 a.m, 6 a.m, I always have the back of my head thinking, I'm like, okay, is the coach at hand who's not original Halima, Dose, Bacha, Cole, are they still bringing the type of, even though I believe in them, service and attention to detail and energy that I know Thebe likes, or that I know Lauren likes? It's just not to name names. It's just, this is what goes on in my head. I'm like, okay, boom, 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 boom. So please, to all you clients out there, we appreciate, your patience on things and feedback. And our overall goal is to continue to provide you the KHANGO experience in that gym, even if it's not the real family or the real OGs in that gym. The only way to grow is I talked about having the effect you have on others, and that's the currency. So our goal is for guys like Luke, Neil, and Hannah. They do such a great job of being themselves, but adapting the mentality of who we are, what we stand for, and that's working out at 4 a.m., showing up, attention to detail, and they're all growing. We're all making mistakes, and we're growing, but you know, it's more of the lifestyle. Like, you gotta live this. You can't fake this. If you fake this, you will not succeed. And that's what I loved about the gentleman that came here, Jonathan, because he will be doing our internship starting in January. Because, you know, he reached out on social media and it was very professional. One, I saw the page, very professional page. Didn't say celebrity trainer. They actually followed us. That it wasn't a non-follow, and they just DM'd. Like, those are little things that you have to think about. So why would I respond to somebody that you don't even follow? That, not in the sense of a follow thing, but like, what have you known of us? Or why are you interested? And you're just reaching out because it benefits you, or what's the overall goal here? And then professionalism, his page looked legit. It wasn't fancy or anything, but I could just tell. And then also, he reached out on a limb and said, I'll book a flight for the weekend, come in. Didn't ask about us to pay for it or anything. He just wanted to learn and get his head in and see if it was something that he'd be wanting to do or help him, because he's trying to open up a gym in Connecticut. And man, he did that, and he showed up in the morning. He showed up on time, and he worked hard, and he was attentive. And I even gave him a couple clients of mine, kids, to, you know, get his feet wet. Not his feet wet, but he trains, but he's 25 years old. So it's that stuff, guys. It's like, dude, I had people cancel 45 minutes before their workout today, and the workout's the interview. And you think I'm going to give you another chance if you cancel 45 minutes before a workout? Like, dude, you can't cancel. You can't come up with a bullshit excuse. And if you do have something going on, at least in where I come from, I make it 2 through and beyond. And if I committed to that day, I'm going to be there. Yeah. So our internship process is, you're going to come for a workout. You got to, one, make it through the workout. It doesn't matter if you throw up or whatever, but you come in and you do it. Cool. Kudos. See how you socialize with environment, how you are with other people, how you are with other clients. I think that was one of the greatest things that Bacha, Halima, and Cole thought of, was like making the workout an interview process, because that's who we are. That's what we do. And so it's good to see the interaction with it. And then, like I said, the professionalism is of it. Like, even the people that came in, nobody ever followed up. Even if I forgot, like if I'm taking myself back to my internship and I was at Gunner's Saturday and then next week followed up and I wanted to come there again and I didn't hear anything and he said I could come, I'm going to follow up and be like, hey, Mr. Peterson, hope all is well. Was seeing if I could still come in on Saturday because I had the opportunity to come last week, seeing it because I hadn't heard from you. Nobody's even done that. And it's just like, it's like it's a cool thing to do, or I'm just going to do it, or just show up just to do hours. I fucking hate that. That's why, like, I want people to live it and breathe it. And so as far as the process goes, you got to experience the workout. And I don't even care about the background, really. Like, even if you haven't trained, like, what I care about is if you want to work hard, you really do, you like to work out, that you're going to transform yourself, and how you treat other people. I think if you do those things, you can eventually basically do what we do, and I can teach you, because if that's the shit that's hard, learning the movements and all that, that's the easy stuff. It's the stuff that no one talks about, is loving what you're doing. So, like, we have a couple people that are going to do that for us for the internship. Celeste is one of them, Seven's wife. She's the other intern that's going to be working out with us. It's because, you know what? She reached out, and I thought I was just joking about it, and then she followed up 2 weeks later. Yo, motherfucker, I'm serious about this internship. I want to be great. And then I noticed she's been listening to all the daily doses and all this and that. And then when I found out she was serious and being like a big brother, I reached out to Seven. I was like, yo, is Celeste really wanting to do this? What's the reason why? She said, yeah, she wants to be around greatness. So because of that, yeah, you can do this. Is she going to be a trainer? Is what it's going to be? I don't know. Like, she just wants to be around greatness and consistency and seeing how a business operates so she can help their business. And obviously all the dogs now, it's a win-win. So, man, just having a work ethic and the willingness to want to be great. Like, I just remember myself, I wanted to do whatever it takes. And you heard it on the last episode with Jay, like, whatever it took to be in that meeting to impress them. When I was at Athletes Performance, whatever it was to, you know, show Bradley Roby at the time, I was like, dude, believe in me. I can help your shoulder. I can get you a fast 40 time. Fuck these other guys, in the sense of those motherfuckers were talking shit about me. I said, fuck them. It's backs against the wall. You ain't. I was like, you're going to believe in me, and me and you are just going to work. And we gravitated towards each other. So shout out Roby. I appreciate you, dog. But yeah, that's the process, man. I know that was long and drawn out, but man, just be professional on your page. Don't be Mr. Shirt off all the time. Like, I have my shirt off all the time, but look at my page, it's different. Like, you have your own uniqueness. Follow up. Don't cancel. Freaking be presentable and make a commitment. Like, I've never been around people who says, well, I can't make that time. I can't make this time. I'm like, dude, if I fucking wanted to be at Travell's place or Gunner's place, dude, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to be there at those times because those are the times they're giving me. Halima drove an hour and 20 minutes to make the 4 a.m. workout at Gunner's place just to make that first impression with him, to see where it would go. I got people that won't even make it for a workout, and they got all, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, man, what we're providing at KHANGO is some of the best training in the world, the best gym atmosphere in the world, and teaching you all the little things that have taught us in life and how to be successful as a winner in life and entrepreneur. It's so much more than to training. That's what this internship is, man. It requires hours that are long, but that's the lifestyle. Specifically for everybody that's listening, it's Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, 4:30, 5:30. We're looking people to help coach, set up, and eventually create that culture and take over the classes. Yeah. And then the weekends, Saturday 9, 10, and 11, Sunday at 10 a.m. And then, Mondays, those other days, it is what it is. Bacha and them been busting their ass and taking it. But the whole goal of this internship is to provide somebody with the opportunity to get a role at KHANGO. Like, why would you not? Like, there's no other gym like this in the city, especially the new space. Like, dude, what are we talking about? So if you're serious about the internship and you want to come in and, adapt this lifestyle, man, take it serious. Present yourself. Shoot us a DM, an email, and then we'll go from there. But, man, enough with the bullshit. You're only cheating yourself and canceling on yourself. Miss me with that shit. And you should know I'm the last motherfucker to be like, oh, is everything okay? No, because look at me. Yesterday I was so fucking hard on myself, and I'm like, dude, these motherfuckers don't give a shit. Cool, wake up, be a better man. Boom. There you go.
Nice. Love it. Let's see. We'll do kind of switch. We'll go with your day yesterday.
The post is still loading.
Hey, as long as it hasn't kicked you out yet.
Go ahead, keep going.
It's got to be your Wi-Fi or something. So the original question is, working with family is great. How do you deal with conflicts? I think it doesn't have to be family. I think just the gym in general. You guys are going to move to a new space. So how did you deal with that conflict over the weekend, or any other conflicts you've had recently?
Is she more talking about conflicts like within the family of decisions, like me and Taj, or?
Yeah, because she mentions family, so I think that's where she was leaning into. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I'm trying to think, man. Honestly, me and Taj, we had all those hard conversations at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think the most we've ever gone into it as a argument was the process of the new space, because we were getting fucked around so many places. Mm-hmm. And I was passionate, he was passionate, and the ultimate goal was getting the property. So like we were on this. Only time we ever argued about things is when we were on the same page. If that makes any sense.
Yes. Yep.
Because we both wanted something so bad. But like I said, it's works well with him because he's the guy that sits back and analyzes and slows it down. I'm the guy that's light the match. Let's go. But that's other than that, man, it's been great. And I think there's just that trust and loyalty, fortunate that I have with my family to have those hard conversations. And even like today, the one that we're talking about yesterday, like I was the first one to apologize to them and the team. Like, I take ownership. If there's anything I didn't do well, whatever, because I'm harder on myself than anybody else. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there yesterday thinking about, man, you gotta preach what you teach right now. You had a bad day, you made some mistakes, but dude, you gotta kick your fucking dirt off, get back up and do it. And that's why this morning I woke up and the irony was it's crazy. I wasn't thinking like that happened yesterday and I was so down. And I woke up today and I got a memory on my phone. It's been 5 years, and I said, okay. I told Priscilla she was there, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for an hour. I'm not gonna have any distractions. Don't bother me. I'm being dead serious. I have something to do to take care of right now. I'm going to be in the block lunging. So, okay. And then that's where 2 miles happened.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Changing gears a little bit, kind of a little more like that. Just those flowed really good from how we started. If you could meet anyone, who would it be? And then I made some edits here because we've talked about folks before. So, besides, I think Kobe, we can mark that off the list. I think I just said Sly, because we already know those two. So, but if there's anyone else that you would meet right now or past.
I have somebody I want to say, but I'm not going to say. Maybe. No, but Stallone's out the deck, you said?
Yep.
And who else is out the deck?
Kobe. Because you've said Kobe before.
I've met Shaq. I've met.
Yep. And I was going to say LeBron, but you met LeBron. So I was like,
I met LeBron. Man, I'm so blessed. I met Shaq. I met LeBron. I met Hulk Hogan. I've always said Will Smith and The
Mm.
Rock were on that list. Probably The Rock first.
Yeah.
Will Smith, I know he gets a lot of heat now, but I'm a big person of like when people aren't fucking with him, I fuck with him. Love him or hate him, I think his entrepreneurship to be around since late 1980s to 90s and to be relevant and to do what he's doing, like I Am Legend's what's inspired me to change and to get in that whole High Rocks shape. That movie was High Rock. Like, that's what people were trying to look at, what a High Rocks is. But that's what motivated me to get where I'm at. But I would say The Rock. I think there's just too much,
Can't pass that up.
Yeah, you can't. Because I think we would hit it off on a business level, a fitness level, generational level, wrestling level. Yeah.
And then you'd probably put Jake Paul on there too. That's your Rock, Will Smith, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's on that list.
Yep.
Again, love him or hate him. It's more of it's not, with me, it's not even about, the Jake Paul, called LeBron. It's like, LeBron, I got to be around greatness. Like, that man shaped my 10 years of life. So literally, like, we were watching, I put it on YouTube. It was Strive for Greatness, and it was with KD and LeBron, and Mike Mancias was training them.
Right.
And like at that point of our life, 2010, like that's what got us going for those workouts and inspired. We'd watch those right before workouts, and I'd get inspiration from them and design the movement and all that stuff. And here we are. Like, I met Bron, got some stuff cooking with KD. Like, what?
Yeah.
It was just a cool process. Where was I going out with that thing? I got lost with Bron and KD.
I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to mention KD, but you answered the question.
What was the question again?
It was, who do you want to meet?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Jake Paul's on that list.
Yep.
Getting back to, it's not it's because it's whatever. It's the entrepreneurship. The dude, regardless of what you feel about him, is like, man, he's about to go fight Anthony Joshua, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And like, dude, to put your nuts out there and have the world say you can't and talk shit on you because you're doing something and to act the way he acts because he's unapologetically himself, everything that I preach about, and just the world to shit on him. It's like, dude, I commend you. I commend you for going after your dreams. I commend you for becoming the first person to do this on YouTube and making this amount of money. Like, I aspired for that shit. I aspire for this podcast to take off. I aspire for my boxing shit to take off. If I get in that one fight that I finally get into and that's it, cool. At least I said I did it and I tried it. And then I would like to hopefully go more with it. But at least, like, I fucking set out to do that. He set out to do that. And look what he's doing. So, but yeah, The Rock first, Will Smith, and then Jake Paul.
Yeah. Awesome.
All from a business standpoint. I think the more aura would be The Rock. I'd ask a lot more questions.
Yeah. And you kind of went right into it. She did ask, the question is, how far in advance do you plan the workouts? And then it was kind of, how hard is it to customize the workouts? And then she has a kind of a funny, is it hard to customize workouts so Angela is always doing deadlifts?
I love it. Those, man, Thebe, great questions. So usually programming is the day before. So funny, always remind me where I'm at.
Yeah.
Funny how we're talking about this now. That's our 5-year anniversary. When we first opened KHANGO, it was like we work out in the morning, and then I would write the workouts in the morning while we were working out. And then that's how they would set up after I'd come up. And it was just like tedious time because I'm like, damn, we're not even get to work out. And I said, so then I started doing the day before. And then they definitely liked how that was. And then now that they developed into a system, because you got to realize Bacha, Cole, Halima, myself, Taj, like the staff, we didn't know how to use Sorinex. Like, they came in and did the whole intro, but like, man, you got to put the time in to set up. So like how you guys get to see the gym set up, dude, that's hours of man work by those guys. Like, I was leaving the gym, was it Thursday at 5:30? Because I'm there twice a week, usually around that time. I'm like, man, they technically have surpassed me in my stint at 9 because I was there for 4 years, and here they are at 5 years, and they've passed me in the sense of setup time, hours, and all that. But yeah, usually Thebe the day before. If I get that break, so at 6:30, because I have a 5:30 client in the morning, at 6:30 in the morning, just because I know how the workout's flowing, I'll write the program for the next day, and it's usually flipped from guys and girls, divas and maniacs, with a lot of different variations. Because again, there's more than just writing the workout. In my head, when I'm writing these workouts, I'm literally thinking of every client and what they would like, what they don't like, and how to make it appeal to everybody and mash it into one. Some can say that's gibberish and that's just guessing, or some can say that's genius. I don't know. But it's worked for 5 years, and I've seen crazy results in doing that. And then as far as the deadlifting stuff, like I'm so happy you noticed that. I think the thing that gets overlooked on the team is our sacrifice and commitment to cater to everybody's needs. I think when somebody wants to squat, when the guys are squatting, we do everything we can to filter it through. Like the other day, I had somebody tell us, how the hell do you guys do this when you got a couple ladies that are squatting with the guys, and the guys are squatting crazy reps, and the height changes and the bar changes? Dude, that's a pit crew down there. They're freaking changing things and assessing things and modifications with cardio and non-cardio in a group setting workout. So when you pay that $50, like, there's no other workout that's going to cater to everybody's needs in that group setting, and I think we do a tremendous job of that. And I want to commend everybody, and I'm thank you for noticing that, Thebe, and I hope the clients appreciate that and see, like, we're there for you. Like, there is no favorites. There is no, like, whoever needs things, like, do we go to, through, and beyond for everybody. So I hope that everybody sees that, and that's the culture we've created, and it is hard, but we do the hard stuff so you guys can have the best experience in the world. That starts your day. And we try to bring the same energy throughout the day because that's their workout. Just because you did in the morning, man, there's a guy out there at 9 a.m. had a rough to 8 a.m. morning or the night before. You got to cheer him up. You got to bring the juice. You got to bring the energy.
Nice. Kind of going more personal to you. She has a lot of questions, actually, probably more like your daily routine.
Okay.
So do you have a recovery routine? And then I'll lead that into how much sleep do you get? You've mentioned it on the podcast before, but I think just kind of bring it to the forefront. When do you go to bed? Do you take any naps during the day? So recovery, and then how much sleep do you need throughout the week?
Nice. It made the post. Yeah. We're so live. Okay, so recovery. What was the first part? I was listening, but I wasn't listening. Okay, so this is going to be a controversial subject. Fucking recovery. I do have a Garmin, and the reason why I have a Garmin is because of my lunges and my running and my training, and I do enjoy that. Do I look at what I get in the sleep when I wake up on my app and stuff? Yes. Do I obsess about it? No. I do not believe in... I think I saved it. Recovery. And this makes me realize like how people can clip shit up and make you look like an idiot, like an enemy, or at least what you see in the news, like when people clip shit up, and like, dude, that is taken way out of context what just happened. I think I might have saved it. I do not believe in recovery. Tanner's probably rolling her fucking eyes right now. You know what? She'd be actually a good one to get on the show. Damn, I hope I saved it. It was Dave. Do you see my story the other day? It was David Goggins. I don't have it on there anymore. Expired. But okay, so don't take it out of context. Don't clip this up. I'm rephrasing it. I don't believe in it because I believe the body in motion, you always got to keep it in motion. And it's funny, Gunnar just said this on one of his posts. He said, I don't miss. If it's a 2-hour wake up or whatever, he does a miss still. And I'm the same way. I've trained my body that it's 7 days a week. Now, is it 7 days a week, 100% intensity every day? No. Man, I always know when I'm not hydrated. When I don't take, so I take, just to get into the recovery stuff, 2 scoops of the Warrior, 2 scoops of the KHANGO Cree, and I sip on that throughout the day. That's an energizer. That's a recovery right there. My body's getting fueled throughout the day after all the strenuous I put on it. And, that's some of the recovery. And then it's an oxymoron. The lunges is my recovery. Like 1 mile weighted in my head now has become the staple. This is what I'm supposed to do. And come back to the recovery from Aaron. So that's why, like today, when I did 2 mile weighted lunges, like I don't think people understand what 2 mile weighted lunges is. And no, I wasn't on a track. No, I'm not smacking my knee down. But if there's somebody out there, they know I'm like fucking like this every time. Because when you do something over and over again every day for X amount of years, you develop what? A movement pattern. And that move pattern is consistent throughout. And when you're lunging, movement pattern knows where your legs are going to be at half mile, quarter mile, or where you're going to get tired at. So today, mentally, I took myself to 2 miles of weighted lunges today. So today would be an extreme day, and I don't advise people to do 2 miles every day. But when I stopped doing the lunges, maybe 3 or 4 days of the week, 2 days of the week, my body felt more sore. So I push my fucking body every day. There is no rest day. My rest day is Sunday. That's the one day I don't work. And now I do the podcast. That's the day, no matter what, it's always a 1 mile weighted lunges. So that's my rest day. I lunge every day. I squat every day. Again, I got all this stuff from Corey Gregory, and then I put my own little niche to it. So it's like, oh my God, your CNS is fried. Oh my God. You're gonna fry yourself. Well, I'm the motherfucker that I'm like, well, I just did a mile weighted lunges. I'm about to go do some band tension squats. Fuck your CNS. I'm about to go do it and be in your stupid voice and your stupid high rocks, biohacking, micro, macro nutrient self is all the fucking motivation I need to go hit a PR or have a great squat day after probably fucking tomorrow, because I did 2 miles a day and my fucking legs are going to hurt. But it's your softness and your culture that you're creating is what motivates me to keep doing what the fuck I'm doing. And I take pride when it's 5:50, the day I get to work out in the morning before my 5:30. Around 5:50 and I got all the clients coming in and I'm trying to finish a max PR, like being the man in the arena. Like, all of these people come because of us. I'm really truly living it. Let's get under that fucking bar and find out who we are. And it doesn't work for people. People break, man. Like, we are built different. When I say we are built different, we are built different. And it's because of the physical extremes that we are willing to take ourselves. And, during that whole 2 mile process, I thought about the next 5 years of my life. And every step, especially after the mile, when you know you're supposed to be done and your body's telling you why you're still going, I'm like, I want to fucking feel this pain because I want to know that it's going to be a fight this next 5 years. I want to know that this thing is going to grow. God is going to protect us. God is going to freaking watch us shine, and that 1.2 billion is going to turn into 2.3 billion. And there's something in there that I feel in my soul that I don't even know what it is, but it's going to be so fucking special. So I'm going to take every step and give everything I freaking have, because the next 5 years is going to go by like this. In time, you can't get back, man. Taj literally just sent us a Chevy commercial of these guys in an old school Suburban. Have you seen that yet? And it's basically taking them through flashbacks of like their kids, their dog, going to school, going to high school, going to college, going to these places. And like, they're pulling up to the house in the same Suburban, visiting their grandkids. And they looked in the back of the seat and they just saw nothing. And it's like, that's how life goes. It fucking flies by. I was making this post that's finally up and running. I'm like, dude, it flies by. So I want to just fall in love with the shit. Yes, fall in love with the shit, man. Fall in love with the nose. Fall in love with the burn. Fall in love with the failures. Fall in love with fucking up. Like, that is what we're living in right now. And freaking it's the people that alter, push through, and pivot are the ones that succeed. So 2 miles, that's what I wanted to feel today. I really wanted to earn it, especially being a freaking horrible leader yesterday. I wanted to really earn it today, and that's what it takes to be successful. I know I got off track. That's why I wanted you to remind me.
Is this recovery? Yeah.
And then sleep, recovery and sleep?
Sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah.
Fortunate for me, I don't like even talking about sleep because, now that Taj has had a kid and I see how much my mom works and how Limo doesn't, I don't even know if she operates on sleep. And Samina, her long shifts, I'm blessed to get the sleep I get. This is how it works. I'm usually by 7:30 p.m., usually 7:30, 8, I go full silent mode on my phone. After 8, usually I'm on airplane mode. So there's no screen time. There's no nothing. And it's more about just being with Priscilla and the moment and the dogs and just no screen time. And usually by 8:30, 9, I'm out. But there's a 30-minute hour process before that to like no screen, no any of that. And then I wake up at 2:50. So I'm getting about 5.5?
Yes. If
10,
you're going,
12, 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going right. Yeah.
I believe 5 hours is enough to operate off of. I think anything below floor or low fours, because I've been there before, it's manageable. but you'll feel it towards the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, too, like, it comes back to how bad you want it. Like, Arnold says sleep faster. And, like, it's funny to me because when I say shit like that, I'm already thinking about the jackasses on Instagram. And I hope this goes viral. Hope it does. On Instagram, oh, you need 8 hours of sleep to have optimal health growth in CNS and body tissue, or you will get injured, or you'll pull a hamstring. Well, hasn't happened to me yet, and I'm 35. And I firmly believe the harder I push my body, I've been able to withstand some of these quote-unquote injuries or things that happen. Dude, I just fucking hooped on the Toyota Center. No ACL, no meniscus. Shout out to Warren. But, dude, I'm like, come on. Like, the shit that I'm doing, it's because of the physical strengths I've pushed myself. So fuck your recovery. Fuck your excuses. Like, come on, man. And that's why I love about Thebe. Like, dude, she comes in 6 days a week, and I think she's bought in the system. She's squatting, she's deadlifting. And it's like, for all the people, oh, no, those KHANGO guys are a little hard. Well, you're just fucking soft. And some people were not meant for everybody, and I'm come to grips with it. It's okay. Will that change one day? I don't know. But, dude, I'm not going to stop being who we are. We're going to yell. We're going to scream. And we're going to push a woman like Thebe. We're going to push another person. But here's the deal. There's a thing called psychology, and we're all pretty good at it. And everyone in the staff does a great job of understanding people's personalities and helping each other out. And again, it's not about favorites. It's like, dude, we're in there every day, man, getting somebody stronger, or getting a lady like Thebe, like pulling weight. Like, that's what it's all about. So sleep, that's my little thing on sleep. But miss me with all that. I hating on the ice tubs. But miss me with all that. I didn't get optimal recovery. My body battery says 20%. And sometimes a nice walk with my dog and a weighted vest is all I fucking need. Get the fuck out of here. This is how I operate. This is what I do. So in synopsis, Thebe, I wake up at 2:50 every day. I go over, I open that door, I let the dogs out. After that, I grab my KHANGO Sups pineapple. I stir it with the, what's it called, Aaron? Frother. You can get that at KHANGO Sups on the sides. Cue the video. Boom. Down that thing. What? Then let the dogs back in. They go back to their third dream. I like to shower. I like to be clean, and then I do some cleaning in the house. Whether the dishes weren't done, the floor is dirty, a little cleanup right there. I like to start my lunges by 3:45, 3:50, and I'll do. It's not even a half mile anymore. It's a mile weighted lunges. I'll get to the gym by 4. Pending if I have my 5:30 client, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll get to the gym by 4:45. Bust out a 30-minute workout. Yes, I only work out 30 minutes. The lunges is all about mental manifestation and setting the tone for the day. Yes, it's physical, but it's more about, that's my prayer. It's my prayer to the gods right there. Whatever's going to happen. Start my day at 5:30. I usually go until... I'll have a private probably until 12, so 1 o'clock. Get home, pending my boxing situation, then come back for a 3:30, 4:30, and then put that on repeat. I'm very fortunate because I have my team. Again, Bacha, Halima, Cole, Jen, Staj, and Luke, and all these guys now. The Hanner, I'm sorry if I leave people out. It's nothing against you. They're able to do all that so I can live the life I have. So when I have afternoons open, I'm always grateful for it. I've built my schedule. I've built my dream. I've built my life. I've built things how I want my day-to-day to go, and I have no stressors. My day-to-day is my day-to-day, and I'm blessed to wake up, do it again, and have the luxury of clients booking to want to even spend their money on myself or the gym and to provide for the family and for the business and to grow this thing to where it's at now. Looking to turn the backyard into the hangout spot for the summer? Regal Pools is Houston's premier award-winning residential pool builder. KHANGO tough, I like to say. From luxury design to flawless construction. If you can dream it, Regal Pools can build it. Book a consultation today. One of our sponsors is Thebe Warren, your Houston real estate pro and fellow KHANGO warrior. Listen, you don't come to KHANGO for easy workouts, and you shouldn't settle for a pushover agent either. When it's time to buy or sell, you want someone who can handle the heat and fight your battles. Call Thebe. If she can survive KHANGO, she can handle any real estate hurdle. Save your sweat for the gym, not your real estate deal. Call Thebe Warren. Sebastian Plumbing. If you need a plumber, Sebastian's our guy. Plumbing problems never come at a good time, but when it happens, call Sebastian. Whether it's a clogged drain, burst pipe, or water heater failure, Sebastian Plumbing is ready to tackle the job with a fast professional service. That just means don't shit down the hole and use too much goddamn toilet paper. Don't stress the mess. Just remember, when it happens, call Sebastian Plumbing at 346-556-6709 or online at sebastianplumbing.com. Now we're back.
All right, one last question, then we'll come back to the 5-year anniversary. What is your least favorite shoe to work out in? I thought that was an interesting.
Okay, least favorite shoe to work out in. I've never tried them on, but when I see you guys wearing the ons, like queso boys wearing the ons, this the classical on, the tight halfway stinky fit Lululemon, classic blue, gray, green shirt with your classic Viore shorts. So they got the Lululemon shirt, the Viore shorts, and the On Cloud shoes. That's a big no-no right there. Go and stock yourself up over there at the KHANGO merch shop and get your new Legends gear and throw all that away. I haven't worked on the shoe yet, but we got the Mambas on today, if you can't see me because of the camouflage. But yeah, I would say the On is not a shoe that I would recommend for clients. And for me personally, I've never really had a bad shoe. I just dug it out and make it work.
Nice. That's perfect reaction on that question. Okay, now, I guess my question off rip for the 5-year anniversary is, what is the biggest surprise when you were thinking about that you guys have hit 5 years and you guys are going into this new building? Something that surprised you that you didn't think that would surprise you?
When I was lunging, what surprised me was when I was thinking about all this was the way God has shaped the vision he had for us and the vision that I thought that it was. And that's why I've really fallen in the love of just trusting the process and the true understanding of what faith is. Faith is seeing the unseen and knowing that the unseen is over here and you got to be able to see through that. And then I think that's what this whole process has been, being able at year 3.5 to have the funds to, invest that money and start our subs company. And it's people have to understand sometimes not everybody's along the journey with you, and you can be hard on yourself and you can look at it in all the ways you want to, but there's times where the reason why that is because God's about to bless you with this next phase of your life. And, making that decision, getting the money of our own money to start our own supplements, you lose some people along the way, but you bring a lot more new people and blessings. And dude, I never take it for granted. 2:50 in the morning. That's why I don't take it to the dome, man. It's enjoy. It's opening up my bottle cap that we designed based off of our childhood. So just super, super, super blessed with that. Didn't think that was going to happen within the first 5 years. I wanted it to, but then seeing it really do. And what was the other thing? I would say that, and just getting to 5 years. You always speak positive, and I think all entrepreneurs, big entrepreneurs, may think like this. Dude, I have the fear every day of just being broke and losing it all. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I know I talk a big game and I do it in a positive affirmation. I'm going to give it all I got, but there's always that 1% of you that you're fearful. Can we make this lease? Can we pay everybody? Can we pay ourselves? And, at the end of the day, everything, and this is not me being complacent and not, because I'm not at all. It's just dude, we did that shit. Looking at all these images I seen, and I just saw Priscilla's comment in the phases of our life. It's hey, in the phases of our life, dude, I've grown as a partner, as a man. I'm gonna create my own Paul stuff. As a partner, as a man, as a brother, as friends, as community, dude, that's the shit right there. Looking at all these images and almost making James hard in the gym and seeing text messages that people said, oh, we can get this together and get to all these investors and have a return by this. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm reminded again. And it wasn't that I was searching for it. It was just when you look through your things.
Yep.
And there's so much more I wanted to post, but it's I fucking love it, man. I love that people said it wasn't going to work. I love that I was left hanging. I love that, it was us, and it was us having to go to where it was. And did we have help along the way? Yeah, but God was no, this is your talent. This is what you are destined on this earth, and you're so distracted by the other things because you think that That's what you want. But I'm directing you into this direction. I wanted to go this direction because of names and celebrities and what it could do. And I had all this different vision, but like, that's why I say quit building someone else's dream, build yours. Because here I was, I almost built someone else's dream 3 times. And here it was, God hit me in the fucking head being like, nope, dummy.
Yep.
Christmas Eve, I got those text messages with how to go about, you know what? I'm going to do it live. Fuck it, man.
Yeah, you posted, yeah.
Names disclosed. But this is what happened with, oh, that was Zeno. Where is this thing in it? This is the mob message. You can just edit that part out, but I'm trying to find it. Where's the mob? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So this is when I'm freaking out. I've been locked out. This is what the message was after there was no phone calls, no nothing. Due to the numerous amounts of unauthorized events, trainers, businesses, and the like within the facility over the last year, we have reserved our right to exercise a mandatory shutdown for the holiday season in order to protect the interest of beep has not terminated any of its contracted employees. Per the discussion you had with new management regarding the shutdown into the new year, offered health care, bullshit, benefits, incentives, bullshit, about your continued contract involvement with beep, post the shutdown, beep, still holds that offer on the table for your choosing. We welcome you to hop on a conference call this afternoon to discuss protocol going forward and the exciting changes we have in store. Now that I'm a business owner and I got people that work for me, you think I'm just going to fucking lock the doors and not tell anybody and not say anything until that night of?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Idiots. So there's one. Okay, there's God smacking me in my head, letting you know. I'm thinking I'm fucking, wow, why is this happening to me? No, God has a different plan. And then there's the next one. There's a big group of guys that have trained for a very long time for free that you can have and want to continue to train with. I think they'd be happy to be involved and support you. I've said all these stories before, just getting to see the messages again.
Yes.
I could build you a team of investors and raise money and need to get you into space. Seriously. X amount of guys at this price, that's to get your lease signed, it'll get your equipment, and you can get the things rolling. Give yourself a little bit of money before the rent, so just in case that there is, but I think that in 4 to 5 years, they'll have a return on their investment. There could be more people that are interested, so just think of that. And it's very possible with you guys. They ain't there.
It is possible.
Emails didn't go through. Nobody responded to me. Guess what? God kicked me in the head again. Hey, man, you worried on the wrong thing. And then the next one. Here I am building out Harden Performance Gym Build. I'm just going to bring that up just because the name, everyone knows that. Like, I was about to build James Harden Gym.
Yeah, it was going to be awesome.
It was going to be nasty. Nasty. So, dude, what I'm saying is I fucking love it. I love the journey. Looking back at it and seeing these pictures, and I'm forgetting about the fucking garages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting about the first house we were at, and people came to that house, doing stuff in the streets, going to people's houses. Like, we were doing this shit, like, before it was a thing. And, like, what I want people to understand is when you want something bad enough, you're going to figure it out. So it didn't matter if there wasn't a gym, there wasn't that. Like, we went to every person we could, and we popped up. We did, and then moved to another garage, and for people to come to another garage, and it's like, here it is, boom, there's God again. Hey, I'm pulling you. What I'm basically doing is I'm filtering you over here. You're going to leave that apartment, that house. I'm going to filter you over here. You're going to network yourself over here, and then I'm going to filter you back out. And lo and behold, because of those little moves, I was able to build clients from Galleria area, Heights Memorial area, Post Oak area,
Yep.
to eventually get to where we're at now. And it's just like seeing the images of and we could put the slideshow up of just like, man, thank you, God. My family's here. I'm married. I'm about to be married. Like, dude, I'm protected, because if I wasn't protected, I would have been in one of those situations.
Right. Yeah.
And I would have been the woe is me mentality. I fuck myself again. I'm not happy. I'm not happy because of this and that. The reason why I'm happy is because it's our shit. I don't answer to nobody. Nobody answers to anybody in my circle of people. It's a unit, it's a brand, it's a culture that we created. And I love it when I think about all those people who said it wouldn't work or were so scared to invest. And same thing with the next one. Like, there's going to be problems again, and I'm going to fall in love with that shit. And I already have. And the time crunch of building the next one, like, come on, bring it. Bring it. We are fucking built for this. Built 2 miles away to lunches. We were built for this. Bet against us. I love it. I love it. But here's the thing. It's just us now. And we're fucking strong together. And that was what the whole thing with God is like, I joke about Caesar's, like he said, apes together strong. Well, KHANGO together strong. And that's what everybody's afraid of. And that's why we're going to keep climbing up. And dude, you put us together in a room and just like our tenacity, again, going back to not knowing everything, but just the will to succeed. The will to figure it out. Halima, the will to take the move. Bacha figuring his life out. Cole taking the leap, being, away from his dad who was sick. Like, everybody had the will to fucking succeed, and that's why this motherfucker worked, and it continues to work, and we're starting to surround ourselves with more and more people. So not only did we survive 5 years, we know more about business than you would have ever known, the people that were going to do this with us, and it's just separated myself from people who were seasons and reasons. They may or may not come back. They're back for a reason. They may or may not. But, man, just continue to grow and always know when things aren't kind of working for you and weird times are there. That's the shit. That's God talking to you. Work through it.
Love it. Last question, if you want to talk about it. Santa Sangria. Are you allowed to give any details on that drop?
All I can say is again, going back to the supplements and surprises, we were able to create another flavor because of your guys' purchasing of the KHANGO subs. And again, this has meaning because we love the holidays. And the only thing I can say is for the people out there, what it will taste like. If you have ever been to the Holiday Lodge and then in the Christmas time on a Christmas break and had a nice full day and you got home and you just wanted some nice punch that Ami and Bacha just made from leftover Thanksgiving food. Now that we just got done with Thanksgiving. It is the holiday punch at the Holiday Lodge is the taste. And only if you know what that is. And that is the only hint I can give you. But Bacha did a great job on starting this pre-order for the Black Friday.
And
obviously,
it's a wild, isn't it? It's a wild pre-workout. Is that what it is? Or
yeah, KHANGO Wild.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
wild.
okay.
And then, unfortunately, being a business, obviously, it won't be here by the time for Christmas. But that's just kind of sometimes you're dealing with things and are out of your control. So that's why we did a pre-launch for Black Friday, so people were in the season. And then I think it's a flavor that I think it may just end up staying. We'll see. But that's all I can give you. And it's been a great effort by Bacha and Sathaj and creating that. And like I said, it's a team effort, man. We all have our roles, and like that's the luxury of this. It's not me. It's not one individual. And I wish people could, get into the reality show stuff. Maybe it may happen to see how we don't look at ourselves as successful entrepreneurs or like these hustlers. We just are that. So we don't look at ourselves in a different light. I wish a camera could see how we all operate and how high performance we are, high driven, highly focused, highly attentive, and how this machine runs. Because I don't know what it is. It's something special right now, and I can't wait for the next space. And it's just a truly blessing. And I can't wait what's next, man. And the crazy and the scary part is, remember I was talking about death and time?
Mm-hmm.
5 years, I'll be 40. So what am I going to do to achieve everything that I want to achieve by the time I'm 40? And I know my time's ticking, but I'm not saying it. We're just scratching the surface.
Yep.
And I'm going to do everything I got. And I hopefully that's more flavors. Hopefully that's big business meetings with people about our supplements. And this next 5 years would be the 5 years that changes our lives. Hopefully. So yeah, man, you got any more questions? Okay, so with that being said, a lot to be thankful for. Thanksgiving is over, thank God. I hate the inconsistency and all that. But this episode, great Q&As by Thebe. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all your commitment and hard work. And honestly, this is all for all the people that have just been with us. It doesn't go unnoticed. I know we don't do compliments. We don't do a lot of those things. It's just because this is kind of how we are. And, you know, how we have high standards for us. It's for everybody that comes in that gym. There's so many people networking and growing and doing so many great things. And this next space that we're building on is going to be the most beautiful, best space that you guys have ever seen. Continue to support us. Continue to spread the word. It's forever grateful. And for all the people that are sitting on your ass, hating your life right now, dude, go after your dreams. It's going to be tough. Like, go look at my Instagram right now and see that post. Like, dude, it's going to be tough. But fall in love with that process. You failing? Get back up. Get back up. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. So, episode 10. Episode 10, closing this thing out. We got to work on a better system. Just right now? Or the whole episode? Which one? You sure it's just now? Is it working? You're sure the whole episode was on? Or are you just guessing? No, it was on. Did we run out of fog? Well, it looks like my fog machine is apparently on freaking electric charge right now. Barely coming out, but go after your dreams. We got to make another intern video with the guys. Bacha, Halima, we got you. Shout out to the people that are being great. 5-year anniversary. Man, the next 5 years is going to be even faster. Let's take this toast. I said thank you, and I'm going to thank you to the people that are not a part of this journey anymore. When you're building something, just remember, not everybody is going to want to be there for you, support you, and there are seasons and reasons, and that's okay. And guess what? Not everybody's going to say the greatest things. The fog is working. Say the greatest things about you, but you know what you do? You keep your head working and know that your heart is pure. You want to help people, and you want to change the culture. So, change the culture, episode 10. 5-year Annie, Thanksgiving. Thank you to all my sponsors. Special episode. Shout out to Warren. I hope you're feeling better. Sly, thank you for joining as usual. White Man Freddy, sponsors. I'm blessed. God is good. And if you're not down with that, the oxymoron of that one is. Suck it! Like, subscribe, share. Daily dose. Keep it growing, keep it going, keep it glowing and growing and glowing.